I'm here with Paul McBride. He's one of the partners in Grand Rev, and I stopped by today to just chat with him. He's got some exciting news to tell us, and I just wanted to talk with Paul about, tell me a little bit about Grand Rev, your kind of idea about working with different winemakers.
Yeah, Shauna, thanks. Grand Rev was French for Great Dream, and the idea, Ryan Johnson, who's a vineyard manager for Ciel du Cheval, Galitzin Estate for Quilceda Creek, Grand Ciel, we had access to this beautiful fruit, and the idea was if we could pick really the best of the best fruit from Red Mountain, Washington, and then pair that up with what we called a dream team of the very best, or at least our favorite Washington winemakers from Red Mountain, kind of create this collaboration of the very best winemaking talent with the very best fruit paired up, and so to show the world that Washington was going to be a force to be reckoned with, creating not just good regional wines, but actually wines that could compare with the greatest wines in the world. And that's been the great dream that we've been working on since about 2004.
Well, that's great. It seems like your great dream is successful. Tell me your very exciting news that you mentioned the other day.
Well, thanks. You know, we knew we would get here eventually. We didn't think we would get here so fast. We just released our first wines last year. Robert Parker, in last year's Wine Advocate newsletter, scored this winery's wines, our 3 wines that we tasted with him, the highest that he's ever scored a winery in their initial inaugural release. We had a 97-point score with our Syrah, showing that we could compare to some of the great Rhone wines in France. And then the last week, a Wine Spectator just awarded Grand Rev the highest score that publication has ever awarded a Washington Cabernet at 97 points, higher than some of the venerable California Cabernet cult guys like Chateau Montelena. So it was humbling and exciting, but showing that now Washington can compete with the very great California Cabernets as far as quality. So some important benchmarks for us, and we're just getting started, but it's been a lot of fun.
That's great. So you have 2 wines that got 97 points then.
Yeah, one Syrah in the Rhone style, and now Cabernet. So fun to be able to show that Washington can be great in multiple varietals. We don't think that Washington has to be a single varietal state. We have great potential to do world-class wines across a number of varietals. I think Southern Rhones are going to be the next category for Washington to really excel at.
Well, that's very exciting, and I'm very excited about your 97 points. You know, I love Washington wines. Well, thanks so much, and I can find you on the internet at grandrevwines.com.
That's correct.
And on Twitter at grandrev. And you're also on Facebook, and you can come visit Grand Rev on Saturdays from what time?
From 1 to 5 o'clock on Saturdays, although the next 2 Saturdays will be closed, getting ready for our release party in early November.
Okay.
But we should be open in October.
All right, that sounds good. Well, thank you so much, and let's go taste some wine.
All right, Shauna.
Thank you.